It's just not something that you normally see, and I definitely think it's a fun environment in a game to play in. You think about all the leaves individually, they're probably pretty close to the same color, but you see them all in a scene like this, there's so much contrast, and it's just not something that you normally see. In the foreground here, I definitely think it's a fun example of some of our grass that we have in the game. So we've got some ivy in here and some tall grass. Further on, I think there's some
good grass,
sort of generic forest weed types of plants.
They probably remastered the landscape with the trees,
they really add a sense of
they do all that
movement and life. Like, it really makes the ground feel much more organic than this flat, textured surface might.
Natural.
Looks good, looks good.
Grinding with the voice.
Okay, I'm a little under the weather, so I'm going to try to get through this, but if my voice dies, bear with me.
This was the OG reveal, and now we're about to watch
We
the
built
new
Oblivion
reveal.
from day one to be a next-generation game for both the PC and the Xbox 360.
It just works.
We've always tried to make our worlds come alive visually, but Oblivion takes this to new levels. Our artists have painstakingly modeled over 9,000 objects.
I wonder if they redid
There are
them
9 main cities in the game and dozens of smaller settlements. Over 1,000 NPCs live in Oblivion, all with their own schedules and jobs.
Good morning!
Really?
Oblivion features over 50 hours of recorded dialogue, all lip-synced in real time.
True.
They say the streets run red with blood, and the Daedra will soon overtake the entire city.
The voices fill half of the game's DVD.
You see, that's why there's so much memory, guys.
I don't know what kind of titanium alloy packing stuff they've got, but whatever it is, I just hope it can take a push out of a plane at 30,000 feet.
I always get so concerned shipping my PC. That's the combat.
Now I just need to make sure that works all day.
It just works.
If they don't like it a lot, I'll be really disappointed. It's all about meeting expectations. It could still be like one of the best games there, but if it doesn't meet their expectations...
Time we start?
I would be so tense.
Oh, right now it's 7:10, and we were supposed to be starting the Microsoft event in 5 minutes, but that's not going to happen. So we're just hanging out, waiting to meet up with some folks, and we go get something to drink, and we'll watch them put our trailer up in front of thousands of people. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. It's an awful lot of work to get to this point. I mean, we haven't seen it on a freaking movie screen, so we have no idea how it's gonna look. We know it looks really good on a 61-inch TV, but on a movie screen.
How much it means to them.
But if it looks as good as we know it can, and if it's and if the response is really awesome, I mean, I think it'll probably maybe the greatest professional moment of my life.
So how about this? How about a brand new, full-featured, next-generation role-playing game in the launch window? Morrowind was one of the best-selling role-playing games ever on the Xbox. The sequel to this incredible game is called Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion. It promises to feature one of the largest open-ended worlds ever created for a video game. It also includes thousands of characters that are governed by groundbreaking AI. These characters eat, sleep,
Groundbreaking.
and complete tasks all around the clock. And they make their own choices based on what's going on in the world around them.
Not
Welcome
quite.
to the world of Oblivion.
They wanted to do that. Oh, they were signing merch and stuff. That's crazy. The battle has begun.
Hi, I'm Todd Howard of Bethesda Softworks, and welcome to our presentation of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
Who's laughing now?
This game looks unbelievable. It actually has trees, unlike Vardenfall.
The whole first level of the game is a prison break, and through your actions, it really determines what kind of character you'll be.
I mean, sometimes I worry that games are going to get so realistic looking that I won't want to play in them because they're too real, and then I might as well just be at home. Only this was a pretty good case for hyper-realism because the forest was gorgeous.
Just play at home.
It's easily the most impressive game that we've seen at E3. It's like with the Radiant AI thing. Yeah. That's always one of my big issues with RPGs is the NPC characters are kind of boring. Like they're just there and you talk to them and they're kind of just like this clunky way of getting information. But it's so much more entertaining to watch like somebody flame their dog.
That is entertaining. Entertainment at its peak, really. The nostalgia is real, Evelyn. Thanks for the dono, bro.
Oh my god, have you seen our booth? It's off the hook.
Dude,
Fans of the series, they're gonna go nuts. They're gonna love it.
Morrowind changed my life. I don't know about that.
Maybe it didn't change my life.
Put in
It
a lot
definitely
of
took
hours.
away a lot of my hours.
It took away a lot of my hours. I feel you, bro.
We look back at what people really liked about role-playing in the first place. The setting, the action, the heroism.
The Oblivion does have
When
good
that guy
opinions.
came, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but when the guy came out of that Oblivion portal, that was cool. He was so cool.
That's life goals right there.
They do have a very unique sort of little setup there, doing titles that take a long time, that have a distinct story, and they've really resonated with fans over the years.
I totally love the storyline as it is, and like the way it develops is like just so good.
And as you know, if it's an Elder Scrolls game, people are going to go buy it just because.
If it doesn't drop today, I'm going to get Nazim and the Enduring fan in a small office and just stream them having a conversation about calipers with AI or something. Ramsden, that sounds hilarious. Critical acclaim at launch, dude. Best role-playing game of E3. It's not even out yet, but it just sounds... reckon Todd Howard's going to show up, or I think they'll probably.
You hold our future in your hands. Take with you my blessings and the hope of the Empire. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Here we are 20 years later. When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters. Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio. I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years? I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like, when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like... there's this, like, flood of nostalgia.
Oblivion is the beginning of who I am. As an individual, as a game developer, it all starts with it.
I don't even think it took me till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Such a key moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing. We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible. When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
We wanted to make the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
About time someone got here. Huzzah!
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience. At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path, but there will be blood and death before the end.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit. Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use millions of polygons in each asset, allowing us a truly impressive level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch.
We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
We used an incredible new lip sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
And Real Tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures.
As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome to the guild.
We have access to so many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest. Insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Fane.
It's not just visuals that we've modernized in the remaster, it's gameplay. It's UI and UX. It's audio. We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds. We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations, where there's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish. Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third-person, but there was no Corsair, and we felt the experience could be modernized. One of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms of playability. Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law. Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone!
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law. Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone!
Oh god, it's so perfect.
We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm not sleeping. We're just going to do an entire playthrough of the main quest line.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
And pay with your blood. It's got the Blade of Woe, I think, or is it an ebony dagger?
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because it was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In fact, all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch, and that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini-games are the mini-games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Yeah.
How's it go again?
Can you still buy bones?
Like lockpicking. You can put a fresh coat of paint on it.
They kept
but
the
you can't change it
system.
too much because it's part of the core experience.
Yeah, well done, well done.
Whether you're returning to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
you will instantly feel at home. It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Sorry?
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting?
My wife's just informed me it's on Steam right now, so I should start downloading it.
Oblivion is a core part of the
Take my
story
money, Todd
of
Howard.
Bethesda Game Studios. None of what we're surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To
It does.
have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks. The Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible.
Wild.
And I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Absolutely
Even if it's
stunning.
just-
Look at that, like, I mean, I know I'm just pausing the stream for a second because I've just got to like pause it on this one shot. Oh God.
The Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible. And
Because
I
I
think
just
they're just
want you
going
to
to find themselves.
appreciate, look at that draw distance. This is like, is this dive rock, but there's a tent here. Why is there a tent there? It's not normally a tent there. But you can see down here, is that Braville right there? No, it's not, I don't think. But my God, like this view off here is crazy. Guys, I'm just going to quickly, bear with me like 1 second, okay? I just want to buy this, but I don't want to share my payment details on stream. So I just don't know if this will show up. So I just quickly need to buy Oblivion and start installing it so the part 1 episode comes out afterwards. And we're all good. All right, now we can continue.
Lost in the world.
Even if it's just the music, for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel
Stunning.
something. And that's precious.
You're going back to a world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun, like it's
Look
exciting
at the horse
again.
animations. She
But it's ultimately the
absolutely
same
kicks it,
game.
man.
There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate that.
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios,
And Virtuous.
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too
Look at
excited
that.
to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait. The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion remaster will be available
right now. It's already out, brother.
Today.
Which is crazy. I told you they're going to do it. I can't believe Todd wasn't here to drop it, though. Because it's his dream to do that. Look at
I
that,
was
man.
born 87 years ago.
My God. You can see the Wizard's Tower.
But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
My God. I could never have imagined it to look this good.
This is the 27th of last seed. The year of Akatosh, 433. These are the closing
Look
days
at that.
of the
Oh,
third
man.
year.
It looks good.
And the final hours
Sean looks amazing.
of my life.
Oh, the horse armor. The horse armor.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
Oh, buddy.
This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come. Looks clear.
A trap! That's a trap! Oh, that new animation.
Cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
Look at that, the new archery. Look at how quick he's running while drawing the bow. And then paralysis has also been buffed. Arunus' dagger.
Here you must find your own path.
Remember the Emperor!
Oh, that's the Shivering Isles entrance. Damn, why is the sprinting so sexy? What the hell? Who's responsible for that one?
Find him. And close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
I will find your son, Martin, you don't worry. Give me 20 minutes to download the game and we are in. Gentlemen, we were right. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion came out today. We can finally see the remaster pre-order thing there. Look at that. One sec, what was that? Here we go. Armor of the Order. That's completely new. This looks like Imperial Dragon armor. And Armor of Cataclysm. Weapons of Order. And Weapons of Cataclysm. Order and Cataclysm horse armor. Access to the art book and soundtrack app. Oh my god, it includes the digital story expansion, Shivering Isles, Knights of the Night, and also all the DLC that we saw as well. Can you guys even see it behind my head? Yeah, you kind of can. My goodness. And it's also on Game Pass. Stay tuned for a special gameplay stream. Okay, cool. We can probably just skip ahead, actually, because I've paused the video a few times. So it'll probably start very shortly, I imagine. And I'm going to start downloading the game in the background, so excuse me before I can read the chat. I'm buying it. I went straight for the deluxe edition. I was like, Todd, I've seen the game. This is all I need to see. I think there is a bit of a strategy to doing this. Because essentially what it means, I agree, take my money, Todd Howard. What it means is that there's no like naysayers or negative.
Wow, what did we just witness? The worst kept secret ever? Maybe. Probably. But you just witnessed the Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered Direct. That is coming to you today. Maybe even now. I don't know. We'll have to check after this stream. I'm joined by the wonderful, talented, incredible Wes Johnson. You.
Ah, hi.
And Wes, who do you have here with you?
This is Finn. Oh yes, he knows his name now. Hello there, Finn. How are you? I mean, for the sake of this, we can call him Barbas if you'd like. But he's a sweetie pie, and he wanted to get his time, Mr. DeMille.
That makes sense. I wouldn't. If I had a new puppy, I would totally bring that puppy with me everywhere.
I take him everywhere. You ever heard the Harry Nilsson's puppy song?
No.
He's like, I take my puppy everywhere. Da-da-da-da.
Well, for you, those of you joining us, either new or from the Direct, we're going to be sharing some gameplay of Wes's old stomping grounds, but newer now with the remastered version.
I can't wait.
So, Wes, for those that do not know you, first, shame on you if you don't, but if you don't, why don't you tell our friends here what role you have done in Oblivion?
In Oblivion, you're going to probably bring some memes back to life.
I can't wait.
So if like you walk out of someplace with a fork, I would be there going, "Hold, criminal scum! Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Pay with your blood." That's a lovely one. The Imperial Guard song is out there now, and all sorts of things that people had fun with. Sheogorath, Daedric, Prince of Madness, at your service. And I love this because I'll never be able to order a cheese pizza again because people use the soundboard and they call the pizza shops and they're saying, what can I do for you today? Cheese! You want a cheese pizza? I want cheese for everyone! Oh, how many would that be, sir? And so I can't call anywhere as Shea-Garth, order a pizza because I'll never get it, or I'll get it with a lot of
I mean,
spin.
honestly, you're doing everybody a favor if you do. So.
Yeah,
I mean, in your shirt is totally on theme today as well.
Yeah, wearing my Sheo shirt. I've got, and of course, there's where is it? My Dark Brotherhood pin here. Lucian LeChance of the Dark Brotherhood, dear child of Sithis. I don't spread rumors, dear child. I create them. So yeah, I loved Oblivion. Oblivion to me was, I mean, I've loved all the games. I loved Morrowind. Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. Come right in. I love Skyrim, which is fantastic, but Oblivion to me was where I came out to play. And it was the original, all the races had the same voices. Oh man, there's so much crossbreeding amongst the Imperial Guard, you know, mom, dad, the family reunions were very confusing. But
it's a lot of love.
I know, but I just absolutely loved that game. And as other games came along, and then you got to see Skyrim with its 10th anniversary edition. And when I first put that on the Xbox Series X, oh my God, the visuals to me were just, I was blown away. And to make Oblivion now have that kind of feel, that kind of look, the gameplay, the graphics, I mean, if I walk up to a lady in the middle of one of the towns and tap her on the shoulder and she turns around and does not look like Terry Jones in drag from Monty Python, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I mean, I love the game. So now people are going to get a chance to see it with brand new eyes. And for people who've only ever played Skyrim, this is going to be kind of a revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the predecessor, so it's taking people back.
Oh my goodness, look at that. And this is the mouth to the Shivering Isles. Look at the difference, the graphics, how sumptuous it is, the detail on this. Not just on the backgrounds, not just every leaf on a tree, but looking at the clothing, at the uniforms that they're wearing. I mean, he's wearing leather, and he's wearing some fur, and you're seeing all the details on every little thing. This guard right here, this guard, people are like, that's so effective. He seems to have this cold out there in the middle of this island where the winds are whipping around, and I had a cold. I was really, and he's wearing some fur, and you're seeing all the
armor.
Details on every little
It's not
thing.
leather armor.
This guard right here,
That's it.
this guard, people are like, that's so effective. He seems to have this cold out there in the middle of this island where the winds are whipping around, and I had a cold.
I'm
I
so
was
excited
really,
to play
really
this.
sick that day.
My
But,
God.
You didn't have to go that hard into the role, Wes.
I've never
I know,
been so
man.
excited for a
So
video
mad.
game I've already played.
But look at
27%.
that. There's the door to the fringe, and inside, what's going to
Let
happen?
me in!
Oh, look at the screens. Even
Oh,
the
they've-
screens.
Oh, actually, okay. Maybe a bit of an L. Maybe a bit of an L. I don't not love the loading screen, but I did love the original loading screen. It was nostalgic. I feel like if you had to keep one thing about the game, just keep that.
Look at the screens. Even the screens.
I prefer the original.
loading screens look so much sweeter and more detailed.
I'm going to be one of those guys now.
There he is. Haskell. Look at him. Sitting there all bald and boring. Haskell, your room's very dark. Just like your personality. Hurry up and talk. Oh, look at the detail on Haskell's face. You can really see what living with Shea-Garth has done to him.
And these animations.
He looks like Marley's ghost
face.
there.
I mean, this is the first time you're seeing the remastered,
This is the first
isn't it?
time I've seen any of this, and the detail and the expression on the face, he just looks so weary, so put upon.
Well, it's been almost 20 years, so we've had a lot of ability for technical advancements from there. So
Yes, and
34%
imagine
and age, I guess, for
20,
him as well.
20 years in the service of Shea-Garth is going to age anybody,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Poor Haskell.
I like his puffy sleeves there. That little
We're going to
Seinfeld
be beelining the
puppy.
main quest.
Now, what
As a
would you
spell
say
blade,
your
apparently.
favorite role has been
Can I do a
for
vote?
Oblivion, or which character do you feel like
Well-
you gravitated the most towards?
Well,
I can do a vote.
That's the thing. People ask me all the time, who's your favorite character to play this? And that's a Sophie's choice. Because you bring a little of yourself to every role you do. You got to bring, these are all like my children. So, I mean, I love Lucian. I love Shea Gorath. I love them all for very different reasons. I remember working with Mark Lampert for this game. And we're doing the same Imperial Guard voice, even the
Okay, the
Great
poll has
Fox,
begun.
Capital,
Vote.
but he's still very much the Imperial. But then he gets to
What class are
Lucian,
you
gets this
playing? And then we'll vote on me.
a little darker, a little more
Spell
macabre.
Sword is
So I
massively
think
winning.
about it for a second. And I start going into this thing, and in my mind, you try to get an image of who the character is. And for me, he was twisted and gaunt and bent and just insidious.
Does it take you? Is it that quick for you sometimes when you like get a breakdown of a
Sometimes it
character?
can, and sometimes I take time. Shea was a different thing, but with Lucian,
Imagine if they did
I had
Morrowind.
a,
I would
come here,
die.
puppy. It's okay.
Aw, little
with
papa.
Lucian, the image I had in my mind as I portrayed him at first was completely different from the image of what he ended up looking like. You know, he ended up looking, they made him this gorgeous guy.
He's sexy.
You know, and when we were looking at him going, oh my God, he's gorgeous. He has a heart of darkness, the perfect man. So,
Good question.
but he
I
was so
don't
much
know.
fun to do.
Guys, if you install the game on Game Pass, do you get the regular game or do you get deluxe edition features? I know there's a deluxe edition upgrade. You might have to pay like £10 for that, but like £10 and Game Pass, I mean, that sounds good. I don't know if you have to buy it separately. Thanks for the dono, though. I have frozen. I have frozen. Let's play this while I fix myself.
And people say, do you know what happened to him? Spoilers. You just finish your lines. So when I'm playing the game and I get to that point in the game, I'm like, oh, you know, I'm experiencing it as well. And, oh, look at this, the butterflies.
I've returned.
The breakaway
Thank you for
into the
letting me know.
Shivering Isles and the butterflies. That is beautiful.
Yeah, this was like the coolest moment ever when you got the reveal and then you had to go, we've just got to replay the entire game again. And I'm going to live stream it all with you guys.
Out of there, man.
First time.
Look at that. Through the fringe of...
This is also a new quest dialogue. Again, it's really clean. It's very modernized. It's very minimal. I did love the old one. I loved it when they came up and there was that really jarring, like, pff, sort of sound when the notification came up on your screen. It's the exact same dialogue as well, but just with different colored effects.
Madness.
Crazy.
Yeah, with Shea Gorath, I had about a week to prepare.
Download check.
And I was
52%.
told, we want something a little more stand-up, but we want him to feel dangerous but funny. And they said maybe something like
They
Robin
nailed
Williams.
that.
I thought, no, Robin Williams was a bit too cuddly, you know. As Shea Gorath, I'll skip rope with your entrails. I don't believe you. So,
admittedly, that would be an interesting thing
yeah.
to see Robin Williams talking about.
I know, but I thought, where could I find my inspiration for this character? And I started thinking about different stand-up comedians who would I find dangerous, that I would love to have a drink with and laugh and joke, but afraid they might beat me up at the end of the night. And I came up with Billy Connolly, the Scottish comedian.
Oh, yes.
But I thought, I can't just do a straight-up Billy Connolly.
Everyone wants to see a spell
spirit
sword.
animal.
Good.
But
what weapon would we choose?
It felt too. He's not Scottish, and I thought, well, I've got this friend who runs the Irish Channel down in D.C. His name is Tom Stack, and Tom is he's from Cork, Ireland, and so there's this Irish accent, and I thought, what if because he's got mania and dementia, this character can go between an accent fluidly. Like you think he might be Irish, you think then maybe he's Scottish when he gets more manic. But what happens when he gets deadly serious? There are a few moments where it drops completely. Why? Because everything else is an affectation. He does what he wishes to do. And so, like the brain pie line, where you'll hear all three separate things.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and he starts wondering what you're like, perhaps brain pie. Perfect! Care to donate?
That adds an extra layer of terror to
Yeah,
his character for
and
sure.
you just don't know where he's going to land with some of these things. Whether
Can you play a werewolf or a vampire in this? Oh, curious question. You can play a vampire. I don't know if they've changed it. They didn't show anything about being a werewolf. Have they done anything there? The vampire gameplay was kind of sucky in the original Oblivion. Really curious if they've remastered that. Probably have. Don't know what it's going to be like to play though.
whether it's friendly, whether it's deadly, whether it's over the top, whether he's crazy mad, I just had to sit there and let that thing flow back and forth. And
65%,
I
boys.
think from what I was told later, Todd was listening to it and they weren't expecting that. And so it threw him off a little at first. And then the more he listened to it, the more he was like, oh, no, I like this. I like this. And that's who Sheo became.
And you define the character through multiple games and multiple universes.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to, I love more than anything trying to figure out who a character is. And the Rubik's Cube of their personality and the whole thing.
And I
He's a
imagine
voice actor that really cares about the game.
the character is designed by somebody else, that you get to input a lot of your influence.
Oh yeah, what race do we want to be? We've got to make another poll for this now. Okay, so clearly the popular option is, do I go blade, one-handed or two-handed? 59% blade. So currently we are a spell sword with one-handed blade. Now we have to decide what race to play. Now I'm going to have to pick between 4 because I only have a limit of 4 options here. Can you
Be a little more clicky, might be a little draggy, because that is how your extrasensory perception of their voice is. However, if you're a little stronger and you've got a little bit more going for you in that regard, suddenly it's a little clearer. It's like the difference between the Beatles listening to Helter Skelter on vinyl, then later on CD. Oh, it's so much clearer. Manson was like, I wasn't meant to kill anybody after all. So yeah.
Okay.
That's there. Long answer, but
it's a perfect
I
answer.
love doing it. I love doing it.
And I know you don't have necessarily a favorite character because they are your children, but do you have a favorite line that you've done, or at least like maybe a handful of lines?
I do love the line where, Lucy and LeChance does say, I don't spread rumors, dear child. I create them. And the only thing that bugs me is when Knights of the Nine came in, you're talking to Lucian and you ask him about rumors and he goes, I heard there's a prophet down by the... And no! No, Lucian, come on, man.
This is what time did to him. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I do love some of those lines. The cheese line really took off. I mean, the cheese for everyone.
I mean, I got you the sign
I
specifically.
know. Look at that. Cheese for everyone. It was just a couple of lines in the middle of Oblivion, and it took off and had a life of its own.
I mean, who doesn't love cheese? Though,
Everybody
for real?
loves
like,
cheese.
I sympathize with you. I'd be really happy.
I gotta go
I went to Amsterdam with
fuck money. Oh, wait, Horsan, buy me the deluxe.
I'll buy you the deluxe. Yeah, we might do a giveaway next week when I get paid. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't gotten paid either.
Todd said he was gonna buy it for me, and now he's not.
All right.
He's been a bitch.
This is what I was saying to the boys here. I was saying it looks very Elder Scrolls Online, but the good elements of the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
different Daedric gods and some orcs and all sorts of things. We were having a good time. I do remember going down to Oblivion and getting taking a break and getting a
I just placed that because I wanted to continue the original game and then I wanted to react. Surely we are real, surely. It's the Oblivion fans searching Twitch for the remaster. Oh, welcome everyone. I'm just like being, careful. Even yesterday, I'm like, thank you everyone, but at the same time, I'm like, this is an abnormally high count. And my reel stares at hands. This is the old one. I feel like I have to update my title and just be like, this is
Fine.
Is Oblivion in its most...
You want to think about Oblivion, it's... What if we could give that moment to everybody again?
I was born 87 years ago. For 65
Then.
When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the
that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment.
An interesting one, because it was such a big debate.
Part of my job is...
So I'll probably start very shortly. Look at that like, I mean, I know I'm just...
Because you are the best.
In our characters.
Starts.
Really impressive level of detail in the world.
I think it took me...
Games special.
The world...
But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
Oh, shit. No. Oh, my God. Yes. Mate, look at the draw distance on that. Oh, they redid the magic effects. Oh my God, it's insane.
Whether you're reliving these
It's
moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible. When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life.
Chef's kiss.
The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that
Da, 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 da.